So these are the final weighted grades. Now suppose the professor wants to color code those who have passed and those who have failed. For that purpose, you select the range first, go to conditional formatting, the first option, and then you have this one that says less than. So less than, and our passing grade is 60, so I identify 60 and press OK, and you can see that the ones who have failed are now color coded in red. Suppose in addition to color coding, the professor wants to see text saying whether the student has passed or failed. For this purpose, you need, and the function that we need in this case is the if function. So if logical test, our logical test is the student's grade being larger or equal to 60. And then comma, value if true. So if true, we want the Excel file to show true. And text is always accompanied by quotation marks. So passed, comma. And then the third argument is value if false. So if false, the student has obviously failed. So another quotation mark, failed. And then you're good to go. So this student has passed, and I can copy the formula to the rest of the spreadsheet. And you can see that 2 students have failed and the rest have passed. Suppose the professor now wants to go one step beyond that and specify letter grades. There are multiple ways of doing this, and one way is by nesting ifs. So this is how we write the formula. Equals if the student's grade is larger than or equal to 90, so this is the logical condition, then value if true. So if that condition is true, then the student obviously earns an A. Otherwise, so if the grade is already less than 90, we use another if. The grade is larger than or equal to 80 this time, then B. Otherwise, yet another if the student's grade is larger than or equal to 70, then it's a C, comma, another if student's grade larger than or equal to 60, then it's a D, and otherwise we already know that it's an F. Now the only remaining thing is to make sure to close as many parentheses as you opened. So, and Excel helps you notice that. So this green is corresponding to this green because every if statement needs a pair of parentheses, of course. So this one has its pair in green, this other one has its pair in purple, and this one has its in red, and this other one has it in black. So our formula appears to be correct. So, and I just hit the enter button. You can see that as we would expect, student 1 has earned a B. Now let's copy the formula over for the rest of the students. And this one too has earned an 87 and is getting a B, which is correct. Student 3 is a 59 and is an F, and the student 4 is 73, which corresponds to a C. So it's working okay. So you've already seen that using nested ifs works for this purpose, but it's very easy to make mistakes. There's actually an alternative method using the lookup function. Let's see how the lookup function. So letter grade, to use the lookup function, you need to create a list that identifies the boundaries for different letter grades. Lower bound, letter grade. So the lower bound of earning an F is 0 and the letter grade is F. The next lower bound is 60. 70 is the lower bound for the C, and 80 is the lower bound for the B, and 90 is the lower bound for the. Now all I need to do is to enter the lookup function. So equals lookup, parenthesis, lookup value. So what value is it that I want to look up? It's obviously the student's grade. So this is the value I want to look up. And the next one is this array of values. And the next parameter is the array of grade boundaries, which is this range here. I'm going to press enter. So this one too is giving me the letter B. Note that this is a much cleaner, shorter formula compared to a nested if. But then again, before I can copy this for the rest of the students, I need to make sure that I'm using absolute formatting for this array. So I click on K7, press the F4 button, and I will notice that the $2 signs already appeared. And then I move on to L11, which is the other, basically end of the range, and press F4 again. And now I can hit enter. Now I can copy this to the rest of the cells, and as expected, you can see that you're getting the same results.